Talrin 5 was never quiet. The station drifted in orbit around a fading blue star, and its metal bones sang with the hum of engines. Cargo lifts and distant reactors merchants shouted in layered languages. Holographic signs flashed over stalls, packed with rare minerals, living spices, and weapons that were illegal in most civilized systems. It was the kind of place where the careless lost their credits and sometimes their lives. Mirror. Chen walked through the chaos with an easy, steady pace. She looked young, small, compared to the armored traders and towering off-world species around her. Her dark hair was tied back. She wore a simple travel jacket and boots suited for long walks. At her side hung an old canvas baguette, looked worn, ordinary, forgettable. It was intentional inside. The bag rested a compressed stellar core prototype designed by the Terran engineering corps. A device no larger than a lunchbox that could power a colony for a decade. It was stable, it was silent, and it was worth more than the station itself. Very few knew it was here. One of the few who noticed Myra was a Vraxian named Kolkol, had survived on Talrin 5 by reading weakness. He had quick reflexes and a faster temper. His scaled skin blended into shadows, and his long fingers were perfect for slipping straps from shoulders. He leaned against a support beam and watched the human girl. No guards, no armor, no visible weapon, just that bag humans were new to the interstellar network, clever perhaps, but physically average. According to most galactic records Cole had taken from them, before they shouted, they threatened, they paid. He pushed away from the beam and slipped into the moving crowd mirror. Stopped at a stall selling crystalline fruit from a high-gravity world. She tilted her head as if comparing colors. Her posture relaxed. Cole saw his chance. He moved with the surge of bodies passing between cargo haulers. His hand shot out and wrapped around the strap of her bag. He pulled. The strap tightened, but the bag did not move. Cole frowned and yanked harder. Still nothing. It felt like trying to drag a ship. Ankamira did not even turn at first. You should let go, she said calmly. Her voice carried no fear. Cole hissed and used both hands. This time he braced his legs and pulled with all his strength. The strap snapped. Cole stumbled back in triumph, but he was holding only a loose strip of fabric. The bag remained exactly where it had been attached to her side. The strap in his claws dissolved into threads that shimmered and vanished. Myra turned slowly. Her eyes were steady and sharp. The crowd sensed the shift in the air and drifted away. A circle of open space formed around them. Cole felt irritation. "Rise, give me the bag, human," he growled. Myra adjusted the bag calmly. "That was your first mistake," she said. Cole lunch tea was fast, even for his species. His claws sliced toward the bag again. Mirror pivoted a small motion, precise, effortless. Cole flew past her and crashed into a cargo crate. The reinforced alloy dented on impact. Cole dropped to one knee. Stunned murmurs rippled through the onlookers. Cole roared and drew a shock blade from his belt. Blue energy crackled along its edge. Now he snapped. He slashed toward her shoulder. Myra stepped inside the arc of the blade. Her hand caught his wrist. Her grip was iron. Cole stared in disbelief. Human strength records did not match what he felt. She twisted. A sharp snap echoed as his wrist dislocated. The shock blade clattered across the deck before he could react. She tapped a small device on her wrist. The air around Cole seemed to thicken. Sudden, crushing weight slammed into him. He gasped as gravity multiplied. His legs buckled. His chest compressed. His scales pressed tight against his bones. He dropped flat against the metal floor, unable to rise. "What is this?" he rasped. "Human travel insurance." Myra replied. She knelt beside him as he struggled on. "Earth," she said. "We evolved under strong gravity. We built cities that reach the sky. We learned to carry heavy loads and keep moving. We learned that if someone tries to take what is ours, we do not ask politely. Cole tried to lift his head, but it felt like a mountain rested on his back. The security drones finally drifted closer. Their lenses glowed as they recorded every angle assault. Detected. One drone announced theft attempt. Confirmed. Mira looked at the drone he initiated. She said confirmed. The drone replied. Cole felt a pulse of fear, stronger than the gravity field he had chosen. Wrong. What is in the bag? He demanded through clenched teeth. Something that will change a frontier system, she answered, and something you will never touch. She stood and deactivated the gravity field. The weight vanished and Cole sucked in air before he could crawl away. The drones locked him in containment beams. As they lifted him, he locked eyes with her. You are only one human, he spat. Myra met his gaze without blinking. There are billions more, she said. The drones carried him toward detention. The crowd slowly returned to motion. Whispers spread in layered dialects. Footage streamed to private channels across the station. Humans were not weak. Myra resumed her walk as if nothing had happened. She reached Dock Ring 12, where a compact Terran courier ship waited. Its hull was smooth and unmarked, except for a small silver emblem of the Terran Transit Authority. The ramp lowered inside. Captain Alvarez glanced up from the controls delay. She asked me, or replied. She secured the bag inside a reinforced cradle. The core hummed softly, stable and bright. Alvarez gave a short nod. Word will spread, she said. It already has, Mira answered. The ship lifted from the dock and eased into open space. Stars stretched as the drive engaged. In a blink, they vanished into fold space. Back on Talron 5, Cole sat in a holding cell awaiting transfer to a penal colony. His wrist was bound in a regeneration brace. His pride was shattered beyond repair. Detainees asked what happened. He stared at the metal Wally, tried to grab a human girl's bag. He said quietly, no one laugh trade. Reports in the following cycles showed a shift. Theft attempts against human vessels dropped sharply. Insurance premiums adjusted. Pirate captains added new warnings to their crew. Briefings: do not target Terran couriers. Mira continued her assignments. Station: another crowded port, another simple jacket and worn bag. Guys followed her, but no hands. Reached. Humanity had entered the galactic stage as newcomers. Some expected them to beg for protection. Others expected them to hide behind alliances. They built better tools, stronger ships, stronger people. They trained couriers to cross war zones alone. They invested in gravity tech and close combat discipline. They treated every delivery as sacred. Mira stood once more at the threshold of another dock. The weight of the bag at her side was familiar. We are small, she murmured, but we endure. She stepped aboard. The ramp closed. The engines ignited across dozens of system. Stories circulated about a Vraxian who thought he saw an easy mark about a human girl who barely looked up before breaking him. The lesson settled into criminal networks and trade guild councils. If you see a human walking alone with an ordinary bag, do not assume weakness, do not assume fear, do not assume anything at all, because what looks simple may carry the power of a strand. Touching it without permission may be the biggest mistake of your life. Asterisk.